unanimous, but we have a quorum, do we not? Council? Good morning. Good. All right. A motion to approve minutes of the July 30th meeting. Do we have, has everyone read those minutes? Comfortable? Any comments, edits, questions? A motion? Ms. Gallo moves to approve the minutes. Do we have a second? We have a second. Mr. Montano. Hearing no objection, the minutes are approved. Okay, there's a little bit of information I'd like to share with the members related to your capital plan that's under discussion, and connected to that as well, the financing, which we will discuss in detail in executive session. What we have at the moment is we do not yet have the approval of the city controller for our 3-year capital plan. There is a discussion going on about some incremental costs to the Pier 8 Plaza, approximating $5 million. Just for memory, not that we were necessarily all here, but when this Pier 8 Plaza reconstruction project was conceived, and Bob, I want you to correct me if I get any of this wrong.
Yes, sir.
There was a sense that it was about a $30 million project. ESD and the city was responsible for the funding, and BPCA agreed to handle the actual reconstruction of the Pier 8 Plaza. And BPCA funds at the time the project was conceived and approved were not thought to be required beyond $30 million. Over some period of years, passage of time, we are near the end. We have approximately $5 million more in capital that needs to be devoted to complete this project. That is beyond the scope of the original $30 million, and the city's position is that they gave $30 million, and if there's an overrun, BPCA capital funds should be expended to complete the project. We're not resistant to that idea, but the city controller is. He believes that the usage of Battery Park City funds in the amount of $5 million, as a practical matter, would reduce the next payment to the city of BPCA excess cash flow that is given to the city on an annual basis. Would be reduced by $5 million in light of those expenditures, and these funds that the city receives from Battery Park City operations is dedicated, in his view, and presumably he's correct, to housing programs in the city of New York. Doesn't want to see the funds that are going to housing reduced by $5 million, believes that ESD should fund the last $5 million. We're agnostic in this discussion. Battery Park City is quite content to proceed along whichever path the controller's office and the mayor agree is the proper path. But we don't have to agree. So we are continuing to discuss the matter. We are hopeful that there will be a breakthrough at some point in the next few days and we'll get it resolved. There's no guarantee that that's going to occur. There is connective tissue between this capital plan and the debt offering that we've been preparing for several months to go into the market. And the approval for the borrowing has been linked by the city controller to approval of the capital project under terms that he considers appropriate, that is to say, without this $5 million. So it's a little bit complicated, but the basic message to the members is it's a work in progress. There is certainly the possibility we may withdraw our offering into the debt markets. There is something approaching a $50 million savings to the authority in future years on cost of capital if this debt offering is successfully completed. We certainly can have no assurances that if the debt offering was done later in the year or next year or at some point in the future, that the capital markets will be as hospitable as they are today. And so the net present value savings that we calculated, Bob, I believe at $46 million.
About 46, Mr. Chairman. And that not only goes to the authority, but obviously that savings goes to the benefit of the city.
Sure.
And housing.
And so the conundrum that we're dealing with here is that we've got a dispute among our two parents about whether the $5 million is going to make it to housing, but it would be unfortunate if the $50 million that's going to make it to housing was somehow sacrificed to the $5 million dispute. And that's why I have modest optimism that we will find a solution, but we don't have one as we speak here today. And we'll talk, as I said, in detail about the prospective financing in executive session, which is where that discussion needs to occur. So I think that's a summary. If I left anything out, it's kind of where we are. Right?
Is there a time limit?
Yes, we have, if this board approves the financing,